25.18. Hey y'all, Artist Poet Girl here, also known as APG Jamie, and today we're going to play with making embellishments out of all this whatchamacallit stuff's on my desk right here. Okay? So, I don't know if I can explain my process. I'm not sure I really even have a process, because there's no pra in that word at all. So I have this library cartage thing that I made, myself on the computer and stuff like that, and printed it out, and it was laying there, and it's in my fodder stuff, junk, crap. And I liked it, so I thought, yeah, let's do that first. And then I had that die cut thing, chevron diamond doohickey thing, and I thought, yeah, let's use that. And then that printed out lady, which I am pretty sure came from graphics. Check her out. It's gorgeous stuff over there. Anywho, I thought, yeah, we'll use that. And I'm picking through this stuff. As you can saw. Oh, chillax. It's just fun, y'all. And I like that back there. But I had it in my head I wanted to use that glitter die cut piece thing. So I played with it, and I decided I like that. But looking now at the video playback while I was editing, sorry about that wind, I think I'd have done better off putting that green in there. But I still like the glittery pinky fuchsia. It's fuchsia, y'all. Glitter scrap there. So, yeah. And, yeah, the majority, pretty much everything on here is a scrap or was something sent to me in Happy Mail. I'm probably going to use some of it, y'all. So, yeah. And that is Aleene's Turbo Tacky in that bottle. It's a quick dry glue. Man, where's that wind? I was sitting in the house. I couldn't figure out where the wind's coming from. I know where it's coming from. It's coming from that fan right over there. So just inking the edge. Oh, and y'all, I just recently got that round ink pad, or inker thingy, Tim Holtz doohickey, the round one. Love it. I have the rectangular one, and I really don't use it because I don't care that much for it, but man, I love this round one. Just saying. So that little flower is a paper clay. Took me a second, it's a paper clay flower. I used I had a mold, and it's just in my stuff because I can't throw it away. It's good stuff, y'all. And while I was filing on the back, I was filing a groove into the back with that there fingernail file for the feather stem. You know how feathers have that little stem, center stem? That's what the feather sticks to. And that's what that was for. And as you see, I just glued it on using Aleene's original tacky glue, my favorite. I thought I'd mention it. I don't know if we have any heat gun in this one or not, y'all. Heat gun, y'all. So there we go. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do on that one because I pretty much like it like that. So we're inking the edge. Oh, I do like that round thing. Foam tube thing. Yes. I'm sure it has an official name and all that, but So now let's gather some other stuff for another one. And that's the green piece I was going to use, but chose not to. And I'm like, yeah, obviously I just picked it up again because I was sure, my brain said we're going to use it. I just pick through stuff and gather up what I like to gather. Okay. So that is a piece of cheesecloth or gauze. I'm not sure which. And I want to put that on there. And I also did some off screen, and then I thought, why am I doing this step off screen? I need to film it. So that's when I started filming. So you'll see some that were done off camera in the photo montage, because there is one, a photo montage later. toward at the end. Endish? Okay. So, yeah. That is a die cut wing. It actually, there's a pair of them, one for each side. I know, it's amazing. And I liked it, so I put it on there. And then that's an orange wish flower. Yeah, most of these things are die cuts. I had these, well, not all these dies, but some, yeah. And gluing it on there. And that is a little seahorse. Isn't it adorable? Oh, I'm showing you I'm using a little tiny hoe because I'm going to put a brad in there. It's a brad that has a diamond on it. And I'm going to leave it like that, so whoever gets this, they can either use the brad to attach it to a page, a journal page or a postcard or whatever, however they want to use this item. Because yes, this is going in my card lottery. They're not getting cards this month. They're going to get stuff because I didn't make any cards. But I still put it in a card lottery. So, yeah. Anywho, it wasn't a diamond. It was a jewel. And this was a flower that was actually in a square. And I trimmed the flower out because, I don't know, because I wanted to. I guess that was my process. And those are 2 pieces of little jelly, trademark by, yeah. Anyway, book page. As you saw, they were cut in triangles, and I thought, I like those together. I know I don't like that. I decided I just liked just that paper in the background. Now, this is probably one of those items that would be better to glue onto your book or in your journal or whatever as a tuck spot, because and some of the backs of these things are not necessarily pretty to look at, okay? But the front's good, and that's all that matters, all right? So, now I'm arranging junk on there. Treasures, and trimming around that little butterfly just a little bit more. I seem to reach for sometimes color, sometimes shape, and put it together in what I find pleasing. Everybody might not find it pleasing. And y'all would reach for something else, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I should mention, I've been watching some embellishment videos, which kind of spurred this on. Yeah. Dear Julie, I will link to her below and in the iCard above if I can get that. Yeah. It doesn't always work for me. Sometimes it does. That's a heart, and it's a die or a punch, Martha Stewart punch, and it didn't punch quite right. You could see the one little side there is missing, so I'm just going to glue that there dragonfly over it. Nobody knows, so don't tell anybody, all right? Anyway, I've been watching her and just love it. I just think that is just, it just looks so fun. You just take all these bits and bots that you got laying around, leftover bits and bots and die cuts and doodaughters and leftover scrap, straight, just treasure. You put them together. Make embellishments out of them. Y'all, I'm telling you. Cute. It doesn't take real long. It could take as long as you want it to. The hardest part is deciding what you're going to stick together. Yeah. And let's see, I did about an hour and a half, 2 hours worth of making. Did a video, and I got it cut down to 25 minutes, just a hair over 25 minutes. So yeah, that there is another paper clay piece. It is a face this time, and those are butterfly wings, obviously, computer printed, pretty sure. And I'm going back and forth between painting on the face and doing something else while that dries. Hence, probably and that is a miscut flower, but you know what? It's still going to work. Watch. Look it. See? That was an oval and has blue dots on a white background, and then it's yellow on the back. And I like the blue and orange wish flowers, so I'm just going to glue them all together. Put one on each side. And there we go. It's just cute. Now, later on, I end up putting a flat back pearl on there. It's orange. It's not white like a pearl should be, but, you know, it looks good. So, this is iridescent medium over top of the yeller. Set that aside and let it dry. Put this piece together. Now, you know, yeah. Just do it so that it's pleasing to you. And that's fun, you know. It kind of gets your creativity going. I like this and I like that. And sometimes it's color coordination, and sometimes it's like, oh, let's just put this on there because it just pops right off of there. But you really don't want to pop it off there. That's why you use good glue. And I kind of arrange this stuff, and I probably end up changing how I originally had it arranged by the time I glue it down. Because I do that sometimes. Just saying, I do that sometimes. Don't you? Don't you end up putting it back together some way and you thought, oh, I like that better? Now, if you really want to get it back the way you had it, take a picture and use the trick of the washi tape trick that I've done in my tips, tidbits, and whatnots videos. Took me a minute to think of what that series is called. And lay out your stuff, get it the way you want, and then cover it, tape it down with washi tape, and then you can do your little gluing, squirt and glue underneath there off and on, and yeah, and then take the washi tape off, which you will see later, because I'm like, I don't know why I didn't do that in any of these. So now I'm going to put some antiquing on here, and that is probably a umber of some sort, burnt or not burnt umber, probably. It's a dark brown, y'all. And I watered it up and putting it on there and daubing it off, because you don't want it to be brown, but you want the antique and kind of look to it. And I wanted it a little bit darker, so I put another layer on layer on there, and setting that head back to dry. Now I have these things, they don't necessarily go together. All right, if you look at them, that's a torn, you know, edge on the edge die cut thing, you know, and doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the seahorse, nor does the bow I'm going to use or the numbers. Now, yeah, maybe that sand dollar, you know, could, you know, would be logical to use, but who said I'm logical? Well, sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not, because, you know, whatever. I want to hook that tail around one of those things. Yep, that's the one. I think that's the one. Now, I do have a little Xyron over there, a little Xyron sticker maker, and I don't know why I didn't get it out, because I have fresh sticker glue, or paper, whatever they call that stuff. So, yeah. I don't know. I was just excited to be making these things, okay? Because it's exciting. Now, those of you that are watching this through your television set, you know, through a Roku or Fire Stick or whatever streaming TV you have on your TV, y'all cannot get to the description box. I know, because I watch YouTube videos on TV, my TV through the Roku. And you also do not get the iCards in the upper right-hand corner. There you go. I know, because I watch this way, that way. Not all the time, just sometimes. And I know you can't comment, but you do have the ability to give a thumbs up. You just kind of arrow down on your little remote thing, you know, and then it comes up with what is it, options, more options, other, or something over on the left-hand side. Not this going through Roku, okay? And you just click on that, and then another little menu comes up down there. Now, the video's still playing. You don't have to leave the video. And then there's thumbs up, there's thumbs down. Don't do that one. Do the up one. And then there's a subscribe button, so you can subscribe as well that way. And then you could go over and it's like, you want to leave a comment, and then it tells you to get your laptop. So you can, Anywho, you can't see the iCards and you can't see the description box, so you're kind of out of luck when it comes to the links. All right? I'm sorry. There's just, we are limited by the technology we have. So, but you can still give a thumbs up. You can still like it and subscribe to me. Okay, y'all? Okay. So anyway, and likewise, one more thing. Likewise, we've been, several YouTubers, we have this, I think they're called end screens. It's things you can put at the very end of your video, and it has links. You can link to whatever video you want to, or whatever's best for the viewer that's currently viewing. And you can put a subscribe button, all that kind of jazz. I think there's like 3 or 4 things you can do. So when y'all get to the end of my videos anymore, you don't just see a picture of me, unless you're watching on the TV. You also get the option that you can click on, whatever's back there, a subscription or recommended video or whatever. If you want to, you don't have to. But there again, when you're watching through TV, you don't get the option. You don't even see those things. Okay? They don't even pop up. And you're just sitting there looking at a picture of me for like half an hour. It feels like a half an hour. It's really not. It's really only like maybe, 9 to 10, 12 seconds, something like that. It just seems forever. Like, oh, man, I look so goober. Oh, these are some I made off screen. They're, in my opinion, they could be bookmarks, tuck spots, or whatever. And after I made them, in the middle of the night, I woke up, I thought I could put paper clips on the back of them. I know I'm working off the screen up there, so yeah. There we go. It's me. You can't get a video where everything is on screen for me. Well, not very often anyway. So I'm just kind of showing you the paper clip in and out and stuff. And it is removable, so whoever gets these can remove it or use it that way, however you like. And I'm going to show you how I did that. So there's just your basic thing in the back. Like I said, the back's not so pretty, and I thought, I guess I'll go ahead and pretty it up. So I have this other bit of scrapbook paper. Using the glue. Gonna glue it on the white side because we want the pretty side, to now be the back of our thing that we're making, that we already made, that now we're going to add a paper clip to. So while you're making these, if you make anything like this, you can just have a pretty back, and then you don't have to make the thing twice, and that just sounds way confusing. Whoa. So I'm just cutting a strip however thick I wanted to, and I'm making a little fold in it because I don't want it so tight that I can't get a paper clip in there. And I discovered that if I put a fold in there, kind of position it sort of where I want it, sort of, and now I'm going to get a clamp and clamp that on while it sits over there and dries. I'm going to do the other one, or another one, and again, cut and cover up the back. I really like these. I didn't necessarily want to mail these away. I hate it when that happens, but I love it when that happens because that means I'm giving away something that I feel personally is really worth having. Okay? Just saying. So doing it again. It doesn't have to be much of a little lip there. Just, you just need enough. We're going to clamp that one as soon as I get through playing around with it. Hopefully this one's going to stick because that paper did have the shiny embossed image on there, and that, it's a little harder to glue, in my opinion, like the ones that have the glitter on it. I don't know, just something about them. So I folded over that one, over the edge of the piece, and then tucked it under with the glue. Now you want to be careful not get too much glue because you don't want to glue your whole little flap thing down. Take it from me, I have done it. And trimming off just a little bit. See how I'm folding it over and then tucking it under. And now we're going to put some glue on there. I got it too close to the edge, so I smoosh it out. Like I said, you really don't want to glue the whole thing down, just the little folded parts there. Okay, hold it for just a few minutes there. So now this one's pretty good. It's not dry all the way, but it's good enough to show you that you can't quite see off screen. But you can imagine, you guys have amazing imaginations. Now this one is, different little things, all right? Who would die cut an old car like that? APG Jamie would. Oh. So, anywho, that one is like a ephemera, came from an ephemera pack, and likewise that interstate sign. It's blank, the interstate sign. And then that's I don't know what that other little thing is. I don't remember. So this is the trick with the washi tape that did in my tips, tidbits, and whatnots videos series. We'll link to those as well. Okay, sorry about you guys watching on TV. Tips, tidbits, and whatnots. APG Jamie, okay? Well, I don't know. You'd have to Google it. I don't know how you search for that on TV. Surely there's an option to search for something. I don't know. Because I watch my subscriptions and then recommended videos because, sometimes they just know me so well. They're like, how'd they know I was going to like that? So there I stuck I got everything arranged where I wanted it. I put the washi tape on it. Now I'm lifting up the various pieces and putting glue under them. And when I flip it back over, it's all still in place. And I'm going to pick up some of the stuff in the closest front and put a little glue back there. Washi tape still is in place. And when you peel this back, you want to roll it back on itself, not pull it up and off. Just pull it back and roll it back over on itself. Because if you pull it up and off, it may tear your papers. And it most likely will pull loose the stuff you had to glued on, and you don't want to do that. Glued on. So I wanted everybody to know that said 5. The cents, I don't know. Number 5 was just really big this day, okay? So I had a number. I had some die-cut numbers laying up there, so I grabbed the 5, and I'm going to glue the 5 over the 5. 55. Can't drive 55. That song was written because whoever wrote it got a ticket in Texas when they dropped the speed limit from 75 to 55. I know it was a big drop. I was a wee tiny little baby. So there we go. I got all that stuff glued on, and now I decided I'm going to go around the arrow, inside of the arrow, with a black pen. At one point I had a hard time making it right. Nope, that one did. Ta-da! Photo montage! Made me happy to make these, and I will be doing it again. I don't know if I will video it unless you guys show, like, yeah, we're pretty interested and just want to see you gluing stuffs together and making pretty stuff, okay? Oh, that one with the diamond on it, I didn't show y'all that one till now. See, there's paper clips. It can come on or off. And these can be used for tuck spots, corners, tags, ATCs, pet it for a while. I don't know, just whatever makes you happy. And, photo montage just goes on and on. And some more stuff y'all didn't necessarily see. That is a die-cut tattered flower in the background with a die-cut doily thing on top of it. Both stuck onto a piece of black cardstock. It's going to make a gorgeous pocket, if that's what y'all want to. Or, it would look really good on a greeting card. I'm not telling y'all what to use them for. So, anywho, that's it. Disclaimer screen. Thanks for watching. And Happy arting, y'all.